Hello there. Welcome back to more Elite Speaking. We are here reviewing the AEW Dynamite Brodie Lee tribute episode for December 30th, 2020. And it was a very, very powerful, very sad, very funny at times, very, very emotional night for most of the wrestling community. We honored the life of Mr. Brodie Lee, a.k.a. John Hubert, a.k.a. Luke Harper. And what a fine tribute show it was. It was great. I enjoyed all of it. All the matches hit. Everyone performed at their top. Everyone was at the top of their game tonight. And it showed because every single athlete out there did what they had to do to ensure that this night went off without a hitch. And it was great. I enjoyed it. We started the night with a 10-bell salute with Brodie Lee's family front and center. A lot of the talent, including the family, of course, especially Mr. Brodie's wife, Amanda, were seen crying when everyone was on stage to honor Brodie Lee during this 10-bell salute. And it was a sight to see. John Moxley then gave his words of wisdom to Mr. Brodie Lee. And this isn't the type of Mox that we're used to seeing on TV. And it was real, raw emotion. He said what he felt. And it was great. He did and said what he had to do. I didn't take substantial notes this episode because I was just watching the episode more than anything this time around. But I took brief notes on what happened. And the first match was Colt Cabana and the Young Bucks versus Private Party and Matt Hardy. Colt Cabana here got most of the shine, as he should, at being a member of the Dark Order. And this time he actually fully embraced the Dark Order hand gesture. In past weeks he was very hesitant. This week he fully embraced it. This was all in honor of Brodie Lee, of course. And Cabana had a very nice hot tag in this match, and he showed out. It was great. Colt Cabana wins it for the team via a Chicago Skyline and Meltzer driver combo. And as I said, he got quite the shine in this match, as he should. Following that, we had the Dark Order and Lance Archer. Lance Archer was paying tribute to Brodie Lee's old Luke Harper character from WWE, and he looked good doing it. Eddie Kingston got some heat on him to start the match. He cut a promo before he stepped into the ring, basically saying that he loved Brodie Lee, and now that the nice stuff is out the way, the Dark Order is nothing without him. You cowards. Something like that. And this hit some people the wrong way, but I knew what he was trying to do. He honored his friend, but he still got heat on him, which is pretty good. He got some heat for this. But later on in the show, he had his heartfelt tribute to Brodie as well. All is forgiven here. But of course, the Dark Order and Lance Archer win via the fatality from the Dark Order. Good match. It was one of the best. The best match of the night is up next. I got my notes confused here. But it was the Dark Order and Lance Archer versus the family, Eddie Kingston and the Butcher and the Blade. That was that match. This next match was the best match of the night, in my opinion. It was the Dark Order, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds with Adam Hangman Page versus MJF and Santana and Ortiz. This was the best match of the night. John Silver honored Brodie Lee by wearing his version of what Brodie Lee wore to the ring. His full get-up attire. It's hard to explain, but John Silver was like a mini version of Brodie Lee here. Later on in the match, MJF uses Brodie Lee's son, -1, for some cheap heat during his entrance. He called out this guy. He called out this kid throughout the match. Then later in the match, MJF pulls the mask off of -1. The camera pans behind -1 while MJF is spitting into this mask, disgracing the Dark Order and disgracing the legacy of Brodie Lee. Brodie Lee's son, -1, has a kendo stick in hand and he wallops MJF straight on the head in the face. And he takes him down. This got a pop out of everybody. It was nice. It was great. The top moment of the night for a lot of people. MJF did his job. Without a heel like MJF, the faces would not have gotten their revenge in such a way that they did to MJF. So you need a guy like MJF to feed off of. And he played his job to perfection. The Dark Order and Adam Page, of course, win this match. And it should not go without notice that former WWE talent Eric Redbeard, a.k.a. Eric Rowan, came in to make the save when Wardlow interrupted the match. He walloped John Silver, I believe, and he was about to do it even further of a job in the corner, and Eric shows up, and he freaking towers over Wardlow. He makes Wardlow seem like a smaller dude. He chokeslammed him. He rolls out of the ring, and the two fight to the back. And that got a pop out of a lot of people, including the people in attendance. It was good. Great to see. It was nice of AEW to invite Eric Redbeard there because those two, Eric and Brodie Lee, were close. They were bludgeon brothers after all. And the Dark Order and Adam Page win the match. And John Silver paid tribute to Brodie Lee further by using his discus lariat to finish off. I forget who he finished off, but they win the match. Good stuff. Then next up, we had the team of TJ, a.k.a. Anna Jay and Ty Conti versus Penelope Ford and Britt Baker. And this is one of the better women's tag team matches. We haven't seen a women's tag team match on Dynamite in a long time. Since probably, since before Chris Statlander got hurt, I believe, last year. No, earlier this year. And this is a good match, too. Jay and Britt starts the match off, both tied up a bit. And Jay goes for her Queen Slayer choke early, but Britt Baker escapes and tags out to Ford. Eventually, Anna Jay wins it with her Queen Slayer to Penelope Ford as she got her to tap out as Ty Conti prevented Britt from breaking up the hold. And Anna Jay was very emotional during this match. The camera got some shots of her with her tributes to Brodie Lee as well. She was number 99 after all, which was one of Brodie Lee's favorite hockey players, Wayne Gretzky, the great one, I believe. And she was handpicked by Brodie to be in the Dark Order, I've heard as well. So there you have that. She was very emotional as well. John Silver was emotional as well in his match also. At the end, after they win, he was seen visibly broken down in the middle of the ring. He was crying, of course. And it took Eric Redbeard, etc., to pull him up from his grief. And by the way, throughout the night, there were various tributes to Brodie Lee in the form of the various wrestlers talking about their moments with him. You had Jericho, you had Eddie Kingston, you had Darby Allin. All those guys were talking about what they liked and how they saw Brodie Lee during their time with him. Then we came up on the final match of the night. Team Taz versus Orange Cassidy, 10 of the Dark Order, and Cody Rhodes. This match was booked by none other than -1 himself, and he has great taste. Cody and Hobbs kicked the match off. Hobbs immediately tags Starks in. Both trade chops in the corner early. And later, the Orange Cassidy, 10, and Cody win this match. 10 got the pin as all three got to hit their signature moves on Ricky Starks. And 10 got to hit his patented spine buster to close the match and win it for his team. Following this, Cody gives his heartfelt tribute to Brodie Lee with a live mic. The family comes out. Brodie Jr. holding his father's boots. His wife, Amanda, and Tony Khan come out, and they pay their tributes. They place Brodie Lee's boots in the middle of the ring, and Cody places Brodie Lee's scarf or handkerchief down on top of his boots. And this signaled the retiring of Brodie Lee's gear, his boots. And Tony Khan handed over the TNT Championship to his son, -1, because Brodie Lee on the AEW Unrestricted podcast was heard talking how his son would sleep with the title every night and such. So Tony Khan gave -1 the title pretty much. He remains the TNT champion forever. So that version of the title will be retired, but we will be getting a new version of the title sometime later in the future. So a new version of the title is in the works, and we'll see that probably in a few weeks. And then the show capped off with a video package tribute to Brodie Lee. And that's what we ended the show on, and it was a great tribute. And I don't think anyone else could have done it like AEW did it. And they honored one of their own. This is their first loss of this magnitude, and they handled it very well. They all kept the news to themselves. The talent were respectful enough to keep it to the chest until the family was ready to release that news themselves. And there you have it. The Brodie Lee tribute episode review for December 30th, 2020. And I will catch you guys with the next review. Thanks for listening or watching. Catch you then.